Hello friends, Rachel Krager Ireland here with a reading for Samhain, also known as All Saints Day, Dia de los Muertos, and many other names in other languages. It is the day ushered in by All Hallows Eve, also known as Halloween. And what all these traditions have in common is that they are recognizing that this day is the day when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest of the year. Perhaps we will receive some information or guidance in our reading from those who have departed, who are more able to reach us and communicate with us and be present with us at this time than they are other times of the year. It's also a cross-quarter day, which means it is halfway between the autumnal equinox and the winter solstice. So we're on our way to solstice. Since I am no longer doing the weekly Monday readings, I decided to start doing multi-card readings at these cross-quarter days and equinoxes and solstices. And that's what we're going to do today. We'll see if it works, because this is kind of a new setup for me, so wish me luck. Okay, so I've got the Akashic Tarot deck. I'm gonna pull 5 cards, and this will be for all of us who see this reading for the period from now until the winter solstice. We'll see what kind of insights or concepts we can glean from this reading that will be useful to us as we move forward in the next couple months. So I'm thinking here's a good place to stop shuffling. I'm going to do 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, above and below. So you may not be able to see them all at the same time. We'll reading from my left to the right. We have kind of where we're coming from and where we're headed in the more mundane and practical level. We've got what's driving us below, and we've got what is guiding us, pulling us above. So for card number 1 is the 3 of Forces, or the bird's nest, and it looks very familial here. However, being in the suit of forces, it's not exactly a familial card, although it can be. We've got the bird feeding the baby birds in the nest, and that would be more projects, important new things that you are feeding and nurturing in this time. It's a time of new beginnings. Yeah, very positive card for new starts, new beginnings. 8 of Roses reversed is what we have entered into at this time. Sangha, community. This is a really really nice card, and I'm gonna have to look that up reversed because I haven't seen it this way before. So we've got these people who are in community. We've got a number of different symbols of various faith traditions represented, and these people are all sitting together, happy, laughing in their community, connecting with each other across whatever differences might seem to be important but are not really. Let's see what the book says about that one. Roses tend to be familial relationships, including business partnerships, but reversed, it could indicate a dispute with or among friends, a disruption in a group around you. Maybe you're just done with whatever that group was for you. It's not the place for you to be anymore. There might be other communities that you could enter, whatever that is. Be open to letting that come to you. Maybe it's the time for you to be in solitude, and that's okay too. But be open to a different collective, different community, wherever that comes in your life. Three of Roses reversed, the loving elementals is what we're moving into. So here we've got this small child who is surrounded by the fairies. Perhaps that's a water sprite. So there are these very positive, beautiful, metaphysical beings who are surrounding and delighting this child. And I always like to imagine they're also making sure the child doesn't fall into the water, because that seems to be like the biggest danger here. But it's not a card portending danger at all. So what happens when we reverse it? Could be a split from the fun-loving child within you, from your own spirit, from your union with the natural world. Maybe you've lost your enthusiasm for life. Try not to take things too seriously. So find what makes you happy. Open yourself to that and to the radiant, dancing, joyful beings around you, and to the metaphysical. So we've got the separation here from community, and then here's, I think it's almost a separation from self, from what gives you joy, from your innocent, childlike self, and from nature. And I think that these are related because they would normally support one another, and perhaps without community, the individual is feeling lost, ungrounded, alone. So this is going to be really important to find our way through this as we go into the next couple months. Below us, the Akashic field, the one of forces. So this is, we can see the Borealis, could be northern, could be southern if you're in the southern hemisphere, but regardless, this is metaphysical energy. This is the forces that enliven the world. This is the big and essential energies that create what is. So connecting with this is what is really below us and is energizing us. Let's see what the book says about that one. Forces. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. So even though we've got this split going on up here, underneath there's this really important connection that remains strong and essential to us and within us, and that's going to keep us going. That will keep us motivated and connected to everything that is important and vital. Above we've got 4 of forces. That's interesting. We've got 3 forces and 2 roses. So the forces are going to be pretty important, and we're going to be working with and moving through these energetic fields, and might be challenging at times, but let's stay connected to that and let that help us to successfully navigate these shifts in community and relationships to the metaphysical as we go through them. Four of Forces reversed. This one is a seasonal card, so we've got spring, autumn, if you can see it well. When it is reversed, autumn is at the top, spring is upside down. So that suggests something important about autumn. In this case, we are already in the season of autumn. So it could be relevant to harvest, bringing in the results of work that we have done throughout the past few months. Could also have to do with completion, winding down, preparing for the dormancy of winter. Could also signify that whatever else is happening in the reading will be completed through the season of autumn, which is kind of an interesting card to get in a reading that is directed toward the this particular date where we're in the middle of autumn, moving into the end of autumn and going on into winter, which is when we'll have our next reading. So that's pretty interesting to appear here above, at the top of our reading. Could be just telling us, okay, this is our fall, this is what we're going to have, here it is. I think there's this really important focus here on metaphysical forces. That's the spiritual, that is Qi in Chinese understanding of how the world works. It's the life force energy that holds us together. It's gravity. It's all the energies that we cannot see, but which are the essence of all being. So I think we're going to be working toward understanding and being within these energetic fields. We might see some shifts, some breaks, and it might be very personal and individualized, but we will, we'll get our strength from the metaphysical forces. So see what you think about that. If you have any insights, or if you have any feedback, or if you come back to this at the solstice and you have ideas about how this related to your own experience in life, I would really love to hear that stuff. It's all data to me in my study and understanding of how this world works and how the cards work and intuition. So come back and tell me about that, and I will see you in December.